Punchboard Media,
where we all
bring something
to the table.
pull up a chair
At punchboardmedia.com.
Party Gamecast will show you what to play, giving you ideas when you don't know what to do or say. Party Gamecast, it's all fun and games, we'll show you new ideas to play. Party Gamecast, having fun is easy when you know what games to play. Party Gamecast will show you what to play, giving you ideas so you can party away.
Welcome to the Party Gamecast, featuring the Party Gamecast, a podcast about party games and games you take to parties. I'm your moderator, Bruce. Joining me on the show is Rocky.
Hello there.
Marty.
Hi.
Mike.
Hey, yeah.
And Brian.
What's up?
Nothing much, man. How are you?
I'm alright. I
Good.
guess, for now. I don't know about in a few minutes.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. We're about to do some things.
We're going to cross some
Yeah,
new
we are.
boundaries.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah.
Blaze some new trails.
That is exactly... Well, we're going to blaze so
New
many
for
trails.
us, anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Quick note, next episode, the March episode, we're actually going to go through our calls that have been on the hotline at 30 Party Game, 30 PARTYGAME. You can leave off that last E for savings. And then what do you have, Mike?
What do I have?
What do you have? If you leave off that last E for savings, then what do you have?
I think you have Party Gams?
You've got the Party Gam.
No, just one.
It's a single
Party
gam,
Gam.
Mike. It's
Just
one
one.
gam.
So it's like a prosthetic gam?
It's like a
Oh,
potentially a prosthetic gam.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Like
or
a
maybe
lamp?
it's your real gam and your other gam's just like a log or something. I don't know.
The other one's
Okay.
prosthetic.
Don't judge my gams.
Or maybe the other gam's just like a gun. Maybe you have a gun gam. You have like a machine gun gam.
I
So
think-
like
I
that
think
Grindhouse
Gun
movie?
Yeah, like that
something
Grindhouse
else.
movie. Exactly.
No.
So as a note, if you have anything to send us over there, we'd love to talk to you. Put it on there, and we're going to begin next episode with that. And then we're going to jump into exactly what we're going to jump into now. Because it's
Good.
time.
Word choice.
It's
Yeah,
Good choice of wording.
yeah.
Can we
I
literally
accidentally-
anything else?
No. And you know, it's time for What the Food!
What the fuck?
As a quick
Not
note,
food.
this is What the Food sponsored by Ed's House of Chicken Wigs. Because sometimes chickens have self-esteem issues too. Thanks, Ed. Now we're going to jump on to...
Cricket.
It is...
Oh!
So it's time for a little bit of backstory. Andrew at the Family Gamers was walking around PAX Unplugged, having people try things with him, and he was like, hey, this is a thing that I want to try. Why don't we try it together? And I was like, hey, let's try the thing. And then at the end I was like, oh, we would love to talk about something like that on the Party Gamecast, but no one on the Party Gamecast is going to buy something like that, nor let me have it. And he said, oh, I can fix that. Take these. So he handed me something. I'll get to it in a second. Then Marty shows up today and says, hey, here's a bag for you of things you're probably never going to eat.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Paula from Ohio, gave them to me specifically for us to eat.
Nice. Thank you, Paula. So we got
Thanks,
those, and I was like,
Paula.
oh, this is amazing. This fits perfectly on today's show. Let's do it right now.
Now we've doubled the amount of them that we have to eat.
So many of them that we are about to have to eat. Rocky, if you'd be kind enough to let people know what we're getting into today.
Any package specifically, or just the general theme?
Let's start with the general theme.
Bugs. We're eating bugs.
Yeah.
Crunchy
I
bugs.
think mostly crickets.
And
some insect larvae, none specifically. We don't know what kind, but they are covered in chocolate. But
Yeah.
And then
that's
let's talk about the good news. Once we're done the bugs, then what?
Albany's ultimate 8-flavor gummy bears. Yeah.
So let's start with. I'm going to start with the stuff that Andrew sent over. We're going to start with the buggiest of the bugs.
Okay.
We're going to start with a whole roasted crickets.
Oh, we're not going to work our way up to those?
No, we're going to start with
No.
No, we might as well just jump into the deep end.
Oh.
So these
hopping
are
crickets.
I feel like we're gonna need a lot of sound effects.
We
You
need a
think
sound
wrong
effect
because
Boing.
there we go. Mike's got us. Mike's got us with a solid boing when needed.
Thanks, Mike.
Need a slide.
So, these are XO whole roasted crickets, Texas barbecue flavor. Crickets farmed in Austin, Texas. I'm so upset I can't read. Only made with Akita crickets. Our Akita crickets are born and raised in Austin, Texas.
Aren't Akita's dogs?
Well, it's Akita, maybe?
Oh.
Akita?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes, these crickets are the size of dogs.
Delicious.
How does
There.
it fit in that bag?
There, I just picture someone just
Everything is
raking
smaller
the
in
earth.
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
You're going to
dear.
get some letters.
yeah.
So,
Address those all to Marty, please.
ugh.
Just write Marty and just throw it in. Just
the
throw it in
internet.
something. Throw it in the internet and it will get to Marty.
Ugh. So, would you like to hear more about these crickets?
I would
No.
love to hear more about these.
No,
Sure.
I would.
I'm gonna-
Anything that delays eating them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these were born and raised in Austin, which I can't believe they could
Yes.
afford to live there.
They are farmed with the highest degree of quality, care, and transparency. Why eat Akita crickets? Because they are extremely sustainable snacks, packed with protein and truly delicious, perfect for the planet and your body. Why crickets? Complete protein, naturally tasty, future forward. Allergy warning. Cricket products may trigger crustacean shellfish allergies. So, is everybody okay? No, everybody had an allergy that they've just developed in the last 5 minutes?
I forgot about... No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't mind the shrimp I had with dinner.
No.
Yeah, shrimp I'm fine.
Open this bad boy up.
If it triggers
Are you-
clam-related
Are
problems.
you all of a sudden keeping kosher, Mike?
Oh, yes. I don't think crickets are kosher.
Oh, I
They don't
touched
have
one.
cloven feet.
Oh, I touched one.
Exactly.
Aren't you... I don't know the rule. I'm sorry.
What's it? Give it a big
honestly
huff. What's that
don't
huff,
They-
Rock?
know
What are we
whether-
getting?
They either...
Bugs
Well,
are.
they don't have hooves of any kind, so...
And they're not fish.
I like you're talking over me, just reacting horribly
Sorry.
to this. That's fine.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
no, we're trying to give you more time.
I'm trying to pretend whatever's happening over there isn't something I'm involved in.
Here's the problem: I opened it and then sniffed it, so there's no
Don't do
Yeah,
avoiding.
what are you
that,
getting? You
no.
getting a huff a bag here. What do we have?
It's like really seafoody kind of smell, mixed with like popcorn kernels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dump
Brian
a couple
is
in your
very
hand.
Now I'm
unhappy
touching
look on
one.
his
No,
face.
I'm touch. I almost swore. I'm
very-
only touching one, Bruce. I'm not taking more than one.
Just dump a couple into
no,
your hand.
there's. Oh, God,
Now-
that's a
That's not that
carapace.
bad.
Now, Brian, what's
That is-
happening? What's happening? I see a look on your face. What's going
Just-
on? Talk to us.
We'll see what it smells like. If it reminds me of my days at the pet store with the
So,
aquariums full
It's a
of
little.
crickets.
It's a little like an earthy smell. It's not really that seafoody.
so you know.
Yeah,
like
it's
a-
not terribly seafoody, although there is a...
It's like a
No,
moist
I-
basement kind of smell.
Smell is a very strong memory thing. If this triggers the wrong memory in me, we'll see what happens.
So you know when you open your window after you haven't
Oh,
opened
yeah.
it in a long time and they're just dead bugs in the windowsill?
Yeah.
yeah,
What
very.
That's what it looks like. You know what I've never said? Let me put that in my mouth.
You know what
maybe-
you're about to say.
Oh, no.
Okay, so down the hatch, folks. Enjoy.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's just crunchy.
Yeah.
Tastes
It's
like
just
barbecue
crunchy
powder.
and barbecue.
No.
I mean, a little bit of barbecue. It just doesn't taste like much.
No.
I just had one, though, so...
If you like more here.
No, I have
Nope.
some more, actually.
Palate cleanser.
Yeah.
It
It's not
tastes like...
terrible.
Well, the texture on the outside's weird.
The texture's a little strange.
It's like flaky.
Yeah. I would say this is not different than some of the weirder, like, Korean and Japanese snacks we have where you're like, they taste really good, but there's just this weird, like,
No,
texture issue.
because I don't know it's a whole cricket, Bruce.
Well, you know what? You're going to need to know that we have another whole cricket. Let's see how these are. What's the next flavor?
Sriracha?
Sriracha crickets.
Oh, okay, hold on.
It's got a weird earthy kind of aftertaste.
They do have a little bit of an earthy
Yeah,
aftertaste.
you know
Mine
what?
has a very different aftertaste.
Yeah, mine also has a very different aftertaste. It
like
might
a-
be because I washed it down with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There may be adult
Well,
beverages.
there's way more in this bag. Like, everyone went, no.
Yeah, because everybody was like, hey, if you have the chance to try Sriracha or Texas barbecue, what do you take? You take
Sriracha.
Texas barbecue.
No, I feel like sriracha would have been my move.
Well, then,
Ugh,
you
it
know
has
what? You're about to
eyeballs.
be able to make that happen.
It's eyeballs.
So do you. What's your point?
Yeah, what did you think it used to see with, Rock?
Yeah, but like I don't want it to see me while I eat it.
It's
dead.
dead, Rock. It's long. It's dead and roasted.
Oh, you got a whole thing full of crickets over here, man.
Why did you take a whole
why
thing
would you
full
do
of
that?
crickets? Are you feeding something else?
I took like 3. And I might be feeding something else, depending on if Ripley comes over here.
Oh no, he's supervising from the corner.
No, he wants nothing to do. This is not like Rap Snacks.
No,
where he
no.
wants to eat wrap snacks. Coincidentally, if you follow us on Patreon at patreon.com, we're talking about wrap snacks.
And if not, come back in March.
And Ripley did like those.
That is so many. I
He
just
up
dumped
on
like
the table
50
for that.
crickets in my hand.
Why'd you
staying away
take so
from
many
this.
crickets in your hand, Bruce?
Oh God, he ate it.
Because I'm eating so many crickets. Oh God,
Nope, nope, nope,
they're
That's-
spicy.
nope.
Oh, the Shiraka ones are spicy?
Yeah, but like
Huh.
more than I expected from 8 crickets.
Nope,
No,
nope,
I
nope.
don't
They're
think
not
it's
very spicy
spicy.
at
It's
all.
just kind of like a weird tangy to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My problem is that covered up the cricket flavor less than the barbecue did. And
I do agree.
I was thinking the chili garlic would overwhelm it.
Yeah.
But apparently, it still tasted crickety.
yeah.
They taste like old popcorn kernels.
Yes, no, I do see that. Like, and there's just something about the texture that's like it's popcorny, but not in the good popcorny way. In the bottom of the bin popcorn.
Yeah, like
yeah.
the little fractured pieces of the shell
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're
Not
not
the-
supposed to eat.
Not the whole ones, but like kind of like when you get that little half kernel. Where
Yeah, or
it's
the
still,
skin of the
Mhm.
kernel.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of crunch where it's very thin and it really breaks apart quickly, but it has that texture and
Yeah.
feeling to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's try something made with cricket. Now we know what cricket tastes like.
Okay. So, this is Chirps. Eat bugs. Cheddar cricket chips. 5 grams of protein per bag. Earth-saving, gluten-free, non-GMO corn. That's the part I'm worried about.
Wait, corn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, they're-
also got corn?
They're tortilla chips with
Okay, I thought...
Yes.
ground up crickets in them.
Okay.
These are cricket flavored chips. These are not made out
Oh,
of
they're
cricket.
not
you
cricket
want-
flavored.
That's the flavor you want in your chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's corn flavored cricket chips.
when we eat bugs, we can save the planet. Our crickets are powerful protein sources that need very little water and land to grow. Look at how many gallons of water it takes to grow 1 pound of meat, or even 1 pound of soy, compared to 1 pound of crickets. Beef, 2,000 gallon of water. 2,000 gallon.
2,000 gallon of water.
Mhm.
Gallon.
Soy, 216 gallon of water. Cricket, 1 gallon of water. Finally, that word works. What is cricket protein? What do you think cricket protein
How many
is?
guys is protein made out of crickets?
The most sustainable, complete protein with a subtle and deliciously nutty flavor. Cricket protein has more B12 than salmon, more iron than spinach, all 9 essential amino acids. Also like to point out there's a star at the end of that. By weight. So I guess if you eat a pound of crickets versus a pound of salmon.
Yeah, I would assume a single cricket has less of anything
Yeah.
in it than a single salmon.
It's also able to leap tall buildings
I
in
don't know.
a
I think it
single
has more
bound.
cricket in it than
Really,
salmon.
maybe
does.
small buildings.
A
Well,
very small building.
Really, really little
Large for
buildings.
cricket.
This also assures us that there is 1 cricket per chip.
So having just eaten a cricket and those other things where it was 1 cricket per cricket,
Yeah.
this clearly is not made out of much cricket if it's a whole chip.
So I'm hoping it's ground out and not just like
Squished
Han
into it?
Solo in carbonite. Like,
I hope there's just like an
weird as
eyeball
that
staring
is,
at you.
I would almost
Just a chip
enjoy.
with...
no, it's just a chip.
Okay, so it's not like an entombed...
But unlike
Yeah.
normal
Bug on
chips,
top.
those black flecks on it are not char.
Oh dear.
It is like an adorably tiny Dorito.
It's
Yes.
it's very thick
Yeah.
Dorito though.
It's thick, but it's like a third of the size of it, even if that.
It's like thick with 2 C's.
It is thick.
It's thick.
It's
It's-
chonky.
It's a thick boy. It's a thick boy
Oh dear.
chip.
Oh, I only got half a chip. Darn.
So the cat is looking at us with these chips because chips, but he has not bothered to get up.
They smell earthy.
Yeah, it has that earthy
Great.
smell.
Oh God! So it's
A little
like
cheesy.
yeah,
there-
this is supposed to be
Smell
cheddar.
cheese. I almost smell chocolate.
so they're like isn't enough cricket in it to be cricket, but too much cricket in it to be chip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the worst of both.
Like higher than FDA
chip it.
guidelines.
It's a cheddar chip with a weird texture.
yeah,
yeah.
weird texture chip.
Yeah,
Oh,
With a
Sandy.
slightly earthy taste.
a little bit. Yeah, like I actually think I was more okay with the full crickets because I was at least like, oh, at least I know I'm eating a cricket.
I would compare the texture to like a goldfish.
Yeah. Like crumbly.
The cracker, goldfish cracker.
Like,
Yeah.
like a crumbly cracker, yeah.
It's not
Except
quite.
drier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's mealier because it's cornmeal instead of wheat. But
Yeah.
like
Ugh.
it has that kind of like hollow, crispy, flaky thing going on.
yeah,
not
doesn't it
good.
crack like the chips do, where like it crumbles more than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you've had like a baked chip of some kind where they're just a little off from regular chips,
yeah,
like a baked cracker.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm
It's
no-
better than
No.
the whole crickets.
yeah. I'm no super
aftertaste.
huge fan of these.
Yeah, no, I think
No.
I actually prefer the whole cricket.
I like the whole cricket.
There's more flavor with the whole cricket at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
A quick note. Let's ask. Would you take chirps to a party,
No.
Marty?
I mean, it depends on we're doing extremely freaky food or not.
No. Let's pretend you're just doing normal chips to a party. Or can they replace chips?
No.
Okay.
Marty's
Mike?
stealing my bit.
Yeah, no, I don't think they can replace chips. I might bring them to a party if it's one of those, guess what I've got for you folks
Yeah.
kind of parties. But
You know.
if it's just hey, I brought some chips, no.
And the only reason I say it that way is because I think that's what these are trying to do.
They don't taste good.
No.
Well,
No,
Yeah,
they
they
really
don't
don't.
taste like bug, but they don't taste.
yeah,
good.
it's not the
Yeah.
fact that it tastes like bugs. Like, it's supposed to be cheddar, but you can barely taste the cheddar, and there's
Yeah,
the actual crickets had more flavor than the chips did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're yellow, but I think it's just the cornmeal or something. It's not. I don't know.
How about you, Brian? You taking these to a party?
Kind of would take them as a prank. Take them out of the bag and not tell anyone.
Yeah.
But no. It depends on the party. Problem is, they're not good chips. Like if they were good chips, I could take them as a novelty to the right people.
And that's what
Yeah,
I think. If
they're
it was with
just-
chips, and
if
you
it
could
was
take
like-
them to where you would take chips, then bam, they do exactly what they're trying to do.
They're knockoff Doritos, but hey,
Yeah.
there's something weird about them. Have fun. But yeah, I don't think so. But it's not like I wasn't real thrilled with the crickets, but this is just meh.
Well, then, so let's just take both sets of crickets as a whole. Would you take them to a party, Brian?
It really maybe for the novelty factor to the right people, but there are
Okay.
a lot of people that I know who would freak out at the concept. Like even I'm pretty adventurous, and I was a little squeamish.
Yeah.
But we love you fans. That's why I did this. And they weren't terrible, but it's probably not.
Yeah, we're not
Maybe.
done yet.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of talking.
That was the least. Yeah, the first ones were the ones that are going to bother me the most.
No, they aren't.
Yeah, we'll find out. Mike, how about you? Would you take the crickets? Now, in this case, it can be a shock value and that's why I wanted to cover the chips the way I did, because I think these are the shock value one. When you're like dumping whole crickets into a person's hand, there's no like, oh, maybe this is a snack thing. This is clearly like a novelty item. At this point.
For us anyway. But
Yes.
in general, like I might bring them for the shock value. And as far as flavor goes, I mean, I can't compare them to other crickets because I haven't had other crickets. But they had good flavor in the seasoning.
Yeah.
A lot better than these chips, which isn't saying much.
I have to agree. How about you, Marty? You taking the crickets to a party?
I mean, yeah, sure, for the shock value.
Yeah.
And again, it's like Mike said, I don't know how to compare it to other crickets, but these particularly had, I wouldn't say great flavor beyond the cricket, but it was all right.
How about you, Rock?
No.
Really?
No.
Not even for the shock value?
You folks at home can't see the look on her face.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
maybe, and then I would just be like, "Oh gosh, it's fine," and then pop one in my mouth, but
And then run away.
yeah, but no.
How about would you take them to work?
Now, if you could see the new expression on her face.
I mean, no.
Will you be taking them to work? Because the bags seal up.
I think I might.
There you go. There you
Or
go.
welcome, Rocky's coworkers.
And now we're going to move on to our final bug-based thing before we get to gummy bears. So tell me what's happening here.
I don't want
I don't know why these are scarier than the first ones to people.
Because they're not specific. We knew what we were eating before.
These are chocolate-dipped insects.
Now, notice that, folks. No specific... Everything else we've eaten we knew was cricket.
We knew the breed of cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
They were dogs.
They were,
Yeah, well, yes, made in America with genuine insects.
Oh, nice.
Just end of sentence. Chocolate has been around since the early 1500s. Insects have crawled the earth and into mouths.
Oh my
Oh no.
Since the Stone Ages. It is said everything tastes better with chocolate. The sensory sensation of a flavorful insect covered with chocolate results in a mouth-watering experience you won't soon forget.
Yeah, I have a
Oh, my
feeling that's
word.
true.
If you could do me a favor, Rock, tell us the company that made these, and let's talk about them for just a second.
Yeah.
The company's name is Hot Licks, Lix, and their logo is just lips. Like someone kissed something with lipstick.
I cannot state to you enough, listener, how
Licks.
much this logo looks like it belongs on something you would buy in an adult store. Like it looks like probably all they make are adult things and also these chocolate bugs.
So out of curiosity, I did go to hotlicks.com. I should have done like safe search on my phone. But,
That's incognito mode right there.
Yeah. So they sell saltwater taffy, bugs, candy with bugs in it, and either mint or cinnamon flavored toothpicks.
Oh, okay. I still didn't think it was going to be
No.
Toothpicks.
Just toothpicks.
toothpicks. Okay.
So, many things that go together there.
And what do they all have in common?
They're made by Hot
this
Licks.
company. Yeah.
And they go in your mouth.
Oh.
That's the only way I can imagine that was their logo.
They're flavorful and they go in your mouth.
Yeah.
So the ingredient list does list crickets, insect larvae, and then, a bunch of other stuff.
So it's like bug veal.
Non-specific insect larva.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me. Just insect larva.
That is an
bug veal.
unfortunate color choice for the color on the larva.
So,
well, it's white and a milk chocolate looks like.
Yeah, but the long, thin things are milk chocolate. And
so half of them look like poops, and half of them look like chickens.
Like a white poops.
like bats. I don't know.
Guano.
they look like crickets
Covered.
covered in chocolate.
I'm not sure even which one I want less.
Well, I know which one I want less. 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't like white chocolate that much. So.
Son of a...
I'm actually going for white chocolate because I like it better than milk chocolate.
I feel like it's going to I actually prefer milk
Trying
chocolate,
not
but I feel
to-
like it's going to cover the cricket more than the
Why is this
dark
folded
chocolate.
and glued shut if it's still sealed together? I'm so angry with this package. Hold on.
Well, there's
Rocky's
probably
just
something
angry
else they
in
were
general.
prepared to put in there.
Ugh.
There's probably so many toothpicks
Oh,
that can
God,
fit
I
into
don't-
one of
I'm
those.
sure that's what they were putting in there. That's what you were going for, right?
Hey, that's exactly what I was going for.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, and even the plastic on this is cheap and in that way to where, you can't believe it's being sold.
It's really melty.
Oh, well, then you better get it in your mouth quickly.
No.
Put it in your mouth.
Ever are about to do something and your whole body just screams at you, no.
I've been there once or twice.
This right here.
I can have one of each.
Yeah, you can have
Oh,
both.
good for you.
Okay, are you ready, folks? Here
No.
it does look like a little poop. Ready?
It does.
Here we go.
Nope.
It just tastes like chocolate.
Yeah, it just tastes like chocolate.
Tastes like sweet and then it's crunchy.
I got a little bit of crunchy in
No.
there.
Oh,
No, I got a lot of crunchy.
no.
Rocky's not happy.
How did you manage to pick first and still end up with enough of something that it's upsetting you?
I thought the cricket would be better than the larva.
Nope.
No, it tastes so much worse than all of the other cricket things.
I will say
It tastes like poo in the middle.
Oh, that's upsetting.
So
problem-
I got the white chocolate, and that was definitely a cricket. Was it the milk chocolate larva, or was it still cricket?
Oh, it
I
tastes like
can't tell
chocolate.
you. Yeah, it just tasted
There
like
were
chocolate.
both. The long, thin ones that look like poo were definitely larva. I had the white one, white larva. My problem with that is crunching it up, the little shelly bits get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, that is.
And then you got then when you're a couple seconds later, you're like, there's no chocolate left for this piece.
Yeah.
Now it's just bug bits in my mouth.
I actually more than the taste. The taste I did not notice at all. The texture is what's getting me.
No.
Yeah.
It's the little bits of bug left in my teeth. Like the
Yeah.
whole crickets didn't do that.
Chitin.
Whatever crickets they used in these are so much worse.
These are some low rent crickets.
I was
Yeah.
fine until whatever flavor was in the middle of it. I don't know what it ate last. But now I'm eating it and I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah, crickets are definitely one of those things where you taste what they ate.
You're like the
you want some
chitlins of these
free-range-
crickets are really bad.
Farm raised,
You really get the terroir of the
Yeah.
crickets.
Oh my word! So,
Oh.
taking these to a party, Rock,
Shut up.
Marty,
Again, depends on what's the point, but to normal parties, no.
Mike,
We love you, listeners.
Brian.
It really, there's a specific friend's house I would take these to. We all know who. But generally, no.
Yeah, I don't even think except for the people I know, and I know the friend you're thinking of.
They've been on the show.
Yeah.
They brought us durian. We should bring them crickets.
Yeah, but I don't think this is
Oh,
this
no,
is
this one
not
upset
bad
them.
enough.
Close.
No, this one
Yeah.
upset them.
Yeah, the problem I have here is it's not stunty enough to be a stunt food that you'd bring somewhere. At
It's
least
not a
the actual crickets we ate felt like a stunt food.
Yeah, it's not a spectacle. It's just here's
Yeah.
a weird piece of candy.
Here's a weird piece of candy. It looks a little bit like a poop.
I've
Wanna
learned
Enjoy.
I
learned
think
something important.
Yes, Rocky, what have you learned?
Don't burp.
As you said that I was doing it, it's not. My beverage helps with that.
So here's the good news.
Yes.
It's now time for gummy bears.
Oh my goodness.
We are 24 minutes in, still
Here
talking
and there
about
and
food.
everywhere.
That's fine. So we've talked about Albany's gummy bears before on the show.
Yes.
As we should.
Because we challenged their motto of, I believe it's like the best gummy bears in the world.
The world's
best.
greatest
The
gummy
world's-
bears
In the world.
in the world.
In the world.
So this is a brand new production. I ordered it from their website because I don't know where I could find it yet. These are ultimate 8-flavor gummy bears. Why is it ultimate?
Why is it ultimate, Rocky?
Colors from real fruits and vegetables with natural flavors.
I think all their stuff has natural flavors, though.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think it
normal on
also
the
has a
other
lot of
ones.
artificial flavors.
Does it really?
I think so.
Oh, good. They answered the question for me on the back of the bag.
Yes,
what
do
flavors?
tell.
How did the world's best create the ultimate gummy? Naturally. The same unsettling obsession, unmatched standards, and relentless pursuit that brought you the world's best 12-flavor gummy bears just created the ultimate gummy. By combining natural flavors and colors from real fruits and vegetables with our signature texture, the world's best just got even bigger. Why? Because we love food. We believe good food brings people together. And when we are together, we are unstoppable.
Like Voltron.
Yeah, it's more than ultimate, it's Albanese.
It's more than ultimate.
Oh.
It's a blazing sword,
Yeah.
apparently.
More than
Yeah.
ultimate. I have grammar questions.
Yeah, well. So the flavors on these are different from the regular gummies.
Oh, yes, they are.
There is Alfonso mango, Amity raspberry, Asian pear, black currant, blood orange, crimson cranberry, Fuji apple, and queen pineapple.
Amity Raspberry, of course, would be my drag name.
Well, yeah.
Coming to the stage, Amity Raspberry.
Um,
Boo!
I'm done.
Boo!
Oh, dear.
They say they bring families together. You know what else brings families together?
What?
Board games. You know where you can get those?
Where?
You can give me the Power to Meeple at powertomeeple.com. Not only an amazing website with fantastic prices, they also help shows like ours. And Blue Peg, Pink Peg.
Yeah.
And the Brawlin' Brothers.
Oh.
And the Spiel Foundation.
And the Spiel Foundation.
No, no.
Foundation's cool.
There are no other podcasts. Only us. Only Zoo.
Yes.
Would take a big handful of these. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I need at least one of each flavor.
All right, here's the problem.
They lump.
They're all very similarly colored.
All of them are yellow.
Well, yeah, when you have
they're-
natural color, they're not
Yeah.
all bright.
Like there's some kind of darker red, and then other red, and then kind of green, and then yellow, and then kind of clear, and then a pinkish thing. Yeah. So who knows what flavor is what? At least this hopefully will pull the cricket out of your teeth,
It should be able to pull the cricket out of your teeth.
because they are mighty smushy.
Indeed.
That should be their new tagline. We'll pull the
We'll
cricket
pull the
out of your
cricket right out
teeth.
of your teeth. Oh, these are very smushy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I have here. I just have a whole bundle
How
of...
many flavors? 8?
There's a bunch of them. I'm going to try
I
pink
don't
one.
have 8
Yeah.
colors.
Our yellow is definitely mango.
I think the white is the pear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like a pear.
So I would say let's try and compare these to regular Albanese gummy bears.
I gotta have to eat more flavors.
And we have at least
That
like
was definitely pineapple.
1 or 2 more.
I like these.
Yeah, these are a lot of fun. I would say the flavors are not as strong as a normal Albanese gummy bear, but knowing that they're literally, even the colors are coming from fruits and vegetables, this is impressive for something that's completely made of, I would have to assume, food.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other ones are entirely food also.
So I would say, completely different flavors from the regular ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think just as solid as the regular ones. Maybe I would call these more adult flavors, because you're not getting like grape.
They're not
Yeah.
made by, who is this again?
Oh God, Hot
Adult
Lips.
Yeah, Hot Licks makes the
Hot
adult
Lips.
flavors.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh no.
Hot Licks definitely is going to sell you a gummy candy in a real adult flavor.
Yeah.
These are fun.
Yeah. Like I don't know if your kid's gonna like these. Maybe, maybe not. They are sweet and they're smushy, so maybe. But I like these a lot.
Would you take them to a party?
Yes, I would.
How about you, Marty? You taking these to a party?
They wouldn't make it to the party.
I understand. That is the highest compliment. Mike,
No, these are not making it to a party.
not making it to the party. If only they did, you would. How about you, Brian?
I think they would make it to the party because it's like a 2-pound bag, and as much as I love them, 2 pounds of sugar is I'm not gonna.
It's
Eat
not
all
good
that,
for you. It's
man.
not how you should be living.
No, I will turn
It's a
diabetic
good
and
reward
die.
for eating crickets, though. So,
Yes,
I mean,
it
if you eat all your crickets, you get some dessert.
So, after we had the regular gummy bears on the show, I told everybody I know about Albany's gummy bears. So, at work, we regularly have them. So, as a reward for feeding them crickets later, I did buy a second bag of these to take to work.
Nice.
So, at least that will hopefully make up for cricketing them.
And they come
It
in a
won't.
25-ounce bag, so it's 1.5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So single serving.
22 servings per container, so no.
Single serving.
Yeah, single serving. It's kind of like when they say on Oreos, they're like, oh no, there's 17 servings. You're like, no, there's 4 servings. There are 4 sleeves. Each sleeve is a serving. Why are you lying to people?
I mean, technically, nutritionally speaking, it's just an entire day's worth of calories. It's 2,200 calories. For the
Is
whole
that
thing. It's
all?
not that bad, honest. For 1.5 pounds of sugar, that's actually not
Yeah.
bad.
I have to agree. I would also take these to a party because these are fantastic. Albany's gummy bears are the world's greatest gummy bears.
Yes.
This is why we buy things directly from their website because it's
Yes.
usually worth getting, and you can be happy that you have them.
They make fun holiday shapes and flavors. Some of them aren't ones that you can get in the regular gummy bears. Like the white ones are strawberry banana. Those are pretty
Nice.
fun. I found the trick is order right after the holiday and they're really cheap.
So there you go.
Ta-da!
You know where else you can find things that are really, really cheap?
Where?
Power to the Maple, powertothemaple.com.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they got good stuff there for cheap.
Not only do they have good stuff for cheap, they also help shows like ours and the Spiel Foundation and
charity, yeah.
and
Steel
charity
Foundation.
and great games at cheap prices. Powertothemaple.com.
Woohoo.
And we'll be back in just a moment to talk about our games of the show. Hey everybody, Bruce here to thank another sponsor of the show, Listeners Like You. Listeners like you support us at patreon.com/partygamecast. Thanks to all of our Patreon support, we've been able to get new microphones, get a new mixer, change the visual look of the show. Soon enough, we'll even have a new website up. It helps us get new games, helps us get new food, helps us do all kinds of things, and we thank you so much. If you support us at $10 or more, we say your name right here on the show, so I specifically want to thank these Patreon supporters: Brian Ganninger, Daryl Hutchins, Jerry Reese, McKinley Sayre, Mike Cooper, Stephen Quaid, and our friends at Power to the Meeple at powertothemeeple.com. If you're not able to help us financially, we completely understand. You can help us by telling people about the show on social media. Follow our social media on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Go on whatever your preferred podcast service is and give us a rating on there. We would certainly love to see that. Specifically, we hear that Apple Podcasts, there is a lot of help to get podcasts more attention. So if you can do that, we would certainly appreciate it. And once again, we thank you so much for your support month in and month out. We love doing this, and we love knowing that you care about the stuff that we're making. So let's get back to the show. And I welcome you back to the show. We're about to cover our game of the show. For this episode, we are doing Wavelength. Wavelength created by Wolfgang Warsch of the Quacks of Quedlinburg and The Mind and the Taverns of Tiefenthal, and I know he's done other games that people have cared an awful lot about. I just can't think of what any of them are. This also is from the same people that did Monikers. So it's from Monikers and Wolfgang Warsch. So yeah, Brian, why don't you tell us how this game works?
It's pretty simple. The first thing is the setup. Inside the box is a little sort of wheel. Looks like it's got a dial on it, kind of like a readout on an old-timey like dashboard in your car or something. And it's got a wheel that you spin and a little piece that falls over when you're displaying it on the air. It's got a little window to hide the values. Basically, there's a spinner wheel with values 2, 3, and 4, and then a dial that you have to match up to those numbers. But the trick of the game is the one person is the
clue giver.
Yeah, the clue giver. And they get to look at they spin the dial so they don't know where those numbers are, and then they reveal the numbers to themselves in secret, and then they pick a card. And there's a bunch of little cards. They all have 2 subjects on them, like easy to spell to hard to spell, unimportant to important, fragile to durable, stuff like that. And so you basically, this dial is going to be your graph. And on the left side is easy to spell. On the right is hard to spell. And then you have these values from 2 to 4 that are placed somewhere randomly because you spun the wheel without looking at it in that range.
Well, the numbers are in a little arc about maybe 15 to 20 degrees of the circle.
Yeah, there's a spread.
But where along that half circle those numbers are, that's where the random part comes in.
There's two. The wheel has two sets that are about 15 degrees wide of 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, basically across. So the center is your highest point, and you close the little window so you can't look at the wheel. You spin the wheel so that you don't know where those numbers are. You, the chooser, reveals them.
You, the clue giver,
reveals them, and wherever they lay, your goal is to find a word or a short phrase that describes a concept or object that falls between the two extremes that you're given, like easy to spell or hard to spell or unimportant and important. And it has to, you're trying to guide them to 80% of the way to important or 20% of the way from unimportant or whatever. And once you have that word, you turn around to the group and you give them the word. They try to guess. Once the people who are guessing settle on where they can move the dial any way they want blindly. You can't use numbers when you're setting the dial. You just have to say towards the middle or towards the left or more right or whatever. Once you, as a group, settle on that, then you flip open the window and reveal whether you got the points, and if so, how many. There's two basic ways to play it. You can either play team or cooperative. Team, you get 2 teams, and you're showing your team. One person on your team is the clue giver, and then everyone else on your team is guessing. Once your team guesses, the other team has a chance to guess whether the 4 point is to the left or right of where your team thinks it is, so they can kind of steal some points.
Not even steal, they can just get awarded a point.
They get extra points.
Awarded a point if
they
they
get
can
bonus
figure
points.
out which way the real answer sat, where the center of that kind of pie wedge is.
Yep. On team play, you play till 10 points. On cooperative play, you get 7 cards, and every time you get however many points you land on. If you land on 4, you only get 3 points, but you get a bonus card. And you keep playing until you run out of cards, and then you score yourself against a little chart in the rulebook to see how well you did. But that's it. It's actually a very simple game. It's just the concept of like one person has to come up with a word that moves you a certain place on the dial, and then everyone else has to kind of figure out.
Yep. And that's it. Once again, if you play co-op, it's 7 cards. I think that's to be noted because you're just trying to do as well as you can against the chart. And if you're playing with teams, you're playing to 10 points. So even the end condition's a little different depending on which way you play the game.
Yeah.
So let's kind of get into the meat of this, folks. Rocky, how'd you feel about this one?
I think it's pretty fun. I like working as a group because I haven't really played the team version, I don't think. I've only played the co-op version. But it's fun to kind of fight over the dial. Like, no, I'm going to turn it this way. No, I'm going to turn it this way.
Yeah, I think the thing to note is, and this has sort of been my rule in this game, is if you're playing with 5 or less people, you should just play it as a co-op.
Yeah.
If you are playing with 6 or more, you should play it as a team game. Because once you have teams of 3 and you can have one kind of clue giver and 2 people that are guessing, well, then you have an actual discussion.
Yes.
I would imagine at 4 playing teams may not be so bad. We just normally would rather play co-op if we're playing at 4 people.
Yes, although we did, to kind of break that rule, we did a giant Price is Right style version at MagFest.
Yeah, that is a note. So we talked about this, I believe, on the Patreon party episodes. That we were going to be doing MagFest, and we did a big thing at MagFest. And one of the things we did was we did play this as a big, like, Price is Right style version. And when I say big, we didn't change any of the size of the pieces. We simply used a camera.
We just had a whole ballroom screaming at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had one person give the clue, seeing where they were trying to get people, and then had the entire room yell like, left, 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 right, left, left, okay.
No, your other left.
Exactly.
That happened.
Yeah.
Actually.
It did.
Yeah.
So it's just super cool to see those interactions. I think a lot of what makes this cool is the discussion of, and we've talked about this in a couple of the games we played. Normally when we get to one of these, we're like, well, we've played it once or twice. We do very much believe that a game has to grab you the first time as a party game. Mm-hmm. We don't worry about like, well, in the 8th play, it changes this way. Emergent gameplay is not something we worry about in party games. I don't think it's that important for a party game. It is more important that a party game grab you the first time and make you interested. This is one of those we've actually managed to play probably God, maybe 8 or 9 times so far, because it just grabbed us so much, and we were like, oh my goodness, this is amazing, that we've played it in a few different situations. And one thing to talk about is when it says something like good or bad. Those are your two extremes. Is you find yourself having to say, well, when Marty says gum on your shoe, or when Marty says, missing the rent or something, you're like, well, is Marty talking about bad for a person that lives the life I'm living, or does Marty mean bad for the entire world? And when Marty's saying, like, miss the rent, does he mean, like, in an industrialized nation, that seems pretty bad, but as far as the world goes, it's really not that awful. We had another one that was...
automobiles for fragile versus durable.
Yeah, fragile versus durable automobiles was given. So we were like, well, do we mean versus, like adamantium? Because versus adamantium, this is not bad at all. Well, no, but like a car has crumple zones. Yeah, but like a car can crumple and it doesn't no longer exist. It doesn't cease to exist when it crumples. So you have that discussion of what did the person mean on that spectrum.
To my credit, you got it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you got 3 points on that one.
Yeah, we got close.
Yeah, no, very much. It's just, but you have to have that discussion of what does that person mean. Like, I know we did one with your sister and Brian, and I'm trying to remember, I think it was like young versus old.
Yeah, it was, I think it was how long, like, lives a short time versus lives a long time.
And,
Or a short lifespan.
Short
long
lifespan versus long lifespan.
Yeah.
And the clue given was something like...
Tortoise, I think.
No, I think it was even less than that. It was something like human.
Oh, yeah, I think it was human.
And you were like, well, compared to a tortoise,
yeah, because
a human's here.
I'm thinking living creatures.
Yeah, I would be like down on the low end because compared to like a star.
This is what this literally I said, like
went...
as compared to a planet.
Yeah,
hardly.
And that's because we went from like to a tortoise to like, well, there's 2,000-year-old trees,
right?
And then, well, the planet's 4 billion years old,
yeah,
right.
And then the universe,
yeah, and we had to figure out, did other and additional Brian mean galactically, like according to the laws of physics?
And I was like, I don't think so, because he would have said something else. I think he means on a scale of 1 to tortoise, of like fruit fly to tortoise,
and
like living animals.
Yeah.
And his wife and I were both like, he's a man of science, and planets are really old. And we kind of pushed our way, and he was like, no, I meant of living things, you idiots.
Yeah, we missed that one by a lot, I think, in the end.
Yeah.
Because, we're like, well, compared to all of existence, humans are meh. But, yeah, compared to other living things, we're kind of near the middle, I feel like.
And what's neat is this is the discussion you have while playing this.
Yep.
When you're the clue giver, you have that sort of mental exercise of trying to figure out where to put it on the scale. Everybody else on the team has this discussion of like, what did they mean? How can that possibly be interpreted? What does this person mean? Are they even thinking about the room? Which normally when I give clues, it's no, I'm not thinking about the room. Marty, what'd you think about this one?
So just to say, this is my first time playing it, so I didn't play it with you guys before, and I definitely enjoyed it, but it hasn't grabbed me like it seems to have grabbed you guys. And
really?
I've been trying to think about why, and it's just, and there's nothing specifically wrong that doesn't grab me. It's just there's no that one thing that just makes me want to play it. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I'll definitely play it again, but it's not something I'll be like, oh, I have to play this. And I don't know why, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I wonder. Because, I have to say, for us, this has become another game like Just One for us, where this is, for me, immediately entered my games I would bring to anywhere at all times, which is a very small group of games. It would be like Telestrations, Just One, this, Wits and Wagers, probably 2 or 3 more where I'm like, oh, they are really like, for me, the highest of the high of party games that I would bring places. Because it really has exactly what you're talking about. It really has grabbed a hold of me. Mike, how about you? This was also your first time playing it.
And I agree with Marty. You're putting this against against Just One in particular. And I don't think they're in the same ballpark, really. Just One is leaps and bounds better than this, I would say. There's not the same sort of, wait, I can't guess this because I can't write this down because someone else is going to write it, so I have to think of something else that's not as obvious, but I'll still get them there. But we're still, and we did that, and 2 of us still got the same thing, and oh my goodness, and there's so much more fun in Just One, despite the fact that it's still a relatively simple game.
Yeah.
This one is just, well, there's some debate.
Yep.
But debate alone isn't that fun.
Yeah, in Just One, it's a lot. You're psyching. Not only you're putting yourself in other people's brains. Here, you're just kind of discussing it.
And I think I personally really like that discussion. Like, I agree this is less of a puzzle than Just One is.
I like the discussion. It's just not as fun as something like Just One is. I'm also with Marty with it. I wouldn't turn it away. I wouldn't walk away if someone brought it out. But it's not the one. Like, if I have a choice between this and Just One, I'm going to choose Just One every time. If someone says, hey, we're playing Wavelength, are you in? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? But if someone says, would you rather, we've got these games, one of them is Wavelength, and one of them is Just One of them is Telestration, one whatever, I'm playing the other one. Wow.
Because, I don't know. Now, I also wouldn't say that 100 times out of 100 I'd take this over Just One, because Just One's an amazing game. But for me, either one of them at any given point, I'd be okay with. Brian, so you have a few plays under your belt. What are your feelings about it?
I kind of completely disagree with Mike and or Marty. But respectfully, I'm kind of where you are, Bruce. This is, in my opinion, one of the better party games I've ever played. It kind of scratches the same itch to me as Just One. I realize the mechanics are a little different. So, like, your solo play trying to get in other people's heads in Just One.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you're kind of collaboratively trying to get in one person's head.
Yeah.
But to me, that's part of it, is you're trying to guess what your friends were thinking. And it's a different mechanism to get there, but because both of them are kind of trying to guess what your friends are going to think.
Yep.
It's a similar mechanism to me in that regard. And it's fun. I enjoy the discussion that it provokes usually. Again, it depends on your group of friends. If you don't have a sort of lively group of friends, if you play with the kind of people who, like, they're just quiet and whoever speaks up first, the other people just kind of go along because they don't want to rock the boat, then this probably isn't the game for you.
Okay.
Yeah, like, there are people like that who just, they don't want to argue for their point because they don't like to argue. And you're not arguing, but, like, there are people who just, they won't speak up if someone else contradicts them. They'll just let them.
Actually, I think that's part of it is why it didn't really speak to me, is that in Just One, you're really either on or off. It's like, you really have to think about it. Here, it's like, a lot of times we're like, well, is it a little bit to the left? Is it a little bit to the right? And it's like, it doesn't really matter that much. And I think it lost that kind of urgency that Just One has, where this one's like, I guess we can go here, and then it just goes there.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, there's something about that, like, loosey-goosiness of it isn't what could it be? Where can we, in this scale, which is we can't numerically talk about, can we figure out what this person's saying? Like, I think there's something cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm never going to say I don't like it. I love Just One. But for this game, there's just something about trying to figure out where someone's head is on a scale that we can't really discuss, to figure out where it's sort of a physical representation of what they're trying to say. And there's something about that trick. And especially if you can really nail it. In the game we played today, nobody really nailed it for 4. But
we got 1 4.
Did we get a 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 1 on 4.
Yeah, there's something about when you can get that thing and you really can get your friends on a scale, like, not on a scale of 1 to 10, but just on this half circle wedge to get to the right place. It just feels so cool.
What gets me, honestly, is when we're haggling over the last couple clicks, and we'll go back and forth, like, 3 clicks one way, 2 clicks the other way, 4 clicks, and then finally we'll have clicked it back and forth 2 or 3. We reveal and we realize we clicked it 1 away from 4 points.
Yep.
That's fun, because then you realize, it's the negotiations didn't go the right way.
Yep.
For me, it's fun. I really like that. It's not for everyone, but it's for me. So.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, and exactly the point you're making. If you're the kind of person where you're never going to speak up, then I could definitely see where this game may not be the thing for you. What I really loved is, because to me, what I think probably speaks to me is how much it feels like a TV game show. It very much has that, like, and it's toyetic. It has, like, the knob you play with, and the revealing window, and there's just so much cool stuff that you mess with. There's cool toys here.
Bruce loves the toys.
I do. I'm always drawn to them in
insert.
every game. Oh, definitely. And this, like, especially, the coolest moment we had was doing it at MagFest with a room of 80 people yelling like, left, no, to the right, no, to the left, okay, oh, sure, we're fine.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of
Yeah.
fun, and I think, didn't we get 2 or 3 points on that
I think
one?
we got 3 points on that.
Yeah, we got pretty good on that one for first time with 80 strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one I would love to see if there's some way we could make something bigger out of it. I've heard through the grapevine that maybe this does end up being a TV game show. That this might be somewhere in the possible things that are going to get piloted in the next couple of years. But I don't know if that's true or that's just kind of water cooler talk. But that is what I had heard because I kept saying, man, I would love to be near this to make a giant version of this. You know, that's like 6 feet tall that you would play this game on. Because I think that would just be so neat to see it as like a ridiculous TV game show style version of it.
Oh yeah, I could see that with a big one of these, and then you have like a Family Feud style little team of 3 or 4 people.
Yep.
And they argue amongst themselves and wiggle it back and forth, and then run out of time, and they're stuck where they are, and then the other team gets a chance to steal a point.
Yeah.
You know, oh that would work.
Yeah,
That
all
would
of
be
that
fun.
just feels super cool to me.
If only we knew someone like Lively and Game Showy who
I
was
know.
familiar with the game and had that sort of boisterous personality.
And if only he knew somebody who could fabricate a giant wheel.
If only.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the licensing, I think, and the TV access is harder than making a wheel.
Probably, but let's start at the wheel. Let's start at the small problems. We'll worry about the big ones
I have
later.
a giant wheel. I need someone to help me get it on TV.
So then, the big question we ask for all of these, and we always need to ask, is would you take it to a party? Rocky.
Yes, I would. It seems very easy to play with a group, very easy to explain, and the gizmo is pretty novel.
How about you, Marty?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't want to sound like I'm downing the game. I just don't think it's on the same level as just one, but it's still definitely an awesome game that I would like to play.
Very cool. Mike?
Yeah, I take it to a party. I think people will enjoy it. It's easy to jump into. It's easy to teach. Once you get the hang of it, it's really just no, a little bit more that way, a little bit more that way, and just sort of arguing amongst yourselves. So it's not difficult by any stretch of the imagination, and I think it encourages people to work together if you're doing it in that way. If you're doing it cooperatively, it's everyone working together. If you're doing it as a team, it's just one team working against another. And I think it works out. I think it's a good party game. It just, again, like Marty said, I don't think it matches up with the best of them, but it's still good.
How about you, Brian?
I mean, like I said, it's one of the top party games in my opinion, so obviously I wouldn't take it to a party. Why would I? No. Yeah, I would definitely take this just about anywhere. As long as I felt welcome taking a game there, this is one of the games that's on the short list.
Yeah.
Of approachable, fun. It's not scary to people who've never played games before or haven't played much, but it's also not like so silly and easy and childish that like more experienced gamers are going to be shy away from it. It's right in that sweet spot, a party game of like it's approachable to everyone.
It's also, like, to be noted, we didn't talk a lot about this, but it's super hip and pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
the box is really cool looking.
Yeah,
and
like
the kit, it looks like a little mini like game show wheel.
Yeah, like to me, everything about this screams I'm a cool game.
Mm-hmm.
Like this screams the game that like all the cool kids are going to have. And there's something about just the way it's made and how artistic the box is and how like cool the toy is. And like all of that I just think is super, super awesome. For me right now, I think this is definitely in the running for this could potentially be the party game of the year. If something I'm dying to see what comes out of Gen Con that's going to be better than this. Yeah, I agree, and I think it's a strong enough statement to make. I am excited to see what game at Gen Con could potentially beat this. What game at Spiel could potentially beat this. I really can't wait to find out. I hope that in some way I'm wrong, because I can't imagine what the game is going to be that's going to be enough better than this to do it. And I think even if there is, then that's just 2 games that are going to make it to like the permanent, I would take it everywhere collection of party games. I can't really give higher praise for this than I'm giving. I really think it's in like maybe a top 5 or top 10 and a game I would not hesitate to take anywhere. Like you said, Brian, if I can take a game there, and maybe even if I can't, I might still walk in with it and just see, like I might test the waters. Like, hey, I'm kind of a game nerd. Would you mind trying a game? This might be the one I bring just for the looks of it.
Yeah, like this, this is a gateway enough game that if you were on the fence about bringing a game, this would fall, I think, into the category that'd be comfortable bringing.
Absolutely.
There's a couple on that short list.
Yeah.
And this should be on there, I think.
Agreed. And I would definitely take it to a party. We're about to move on to our live play.
Ooh.
Live play.
Our live play, I don't know if we've ever officially codified that we have a live play sponsor, but I'm going to pretend that we do, because that live play sponsor is going to be none other than Power to the Meeple at powertothemeeple.com. Ooh. Great prices, great games. Helps a bunch of shows and the Spiel Foundation. PowerToTheMeeple.com.
So Power to the Meeple is sponsoring the Party Game Clash.
Yeah, I do believe that they are sponsoring the Party Game Clash. Clash Ka-chong.
Okay, yeah.
That sure happened.
I thought that was the name, like the sound of something clashing against, I don't know, like a spring. Like, oh, wait a minute, the Party Game Clash. There we go.
All right.
So, our Party Game Clash game is a game called Trophies. Trophies was actually given to us by the fine folks at Facade Games. Facade. The Facade Games folks sent this one over. So, we originally discussed that we were going to do this as a buzzer game, because I think in its best world, it maybe would be a buzzer game, but we think that would
in
make
our best world, we would have buzzers that could work with our equipment.
And
Yeah,
that definitely
and they-
didn't factor into this decision
No.
at all.
A little
Not
bit,
at all.
though. We also factored into that may actually make the game a little bit longer than the game is supposed to be. So we want to give the game its best chance to look good and to do good, and we thought that maybe the buzzers, although would be the most accurate, might actually make the game seem a bit longer than it is. In Trophies, you have a deck of cards. They have a letter and a trophy on one side, and on the other side they have 5 different topics. Essentially what I'm going to do is, I'm the host of the game, I'm going to show you a letter, then I'm going to read you a topic from another card. The first person that can tell me a word in that topic with that letter is going to win that card.
Starting with that letter.
Is going to win that card. And the card has a really cool little trophy on it. So like one I'm looking at kind of looks like a ping pong paddle, and on the back it explains to you it is the Ping Pong Championship, the only sport where athletes don't necessarily look better than you with their shirts off. This year's champion was Spin Master Brian, a regular guy like you or me who happens to be a lot better than you or me at playing ping pong. And every single card, of which there are 70 in here, each have a different little trophy, and they explain to you the trophies on the back. At the end of the 70-card deck, the person with the most cards wins. They get a tiny little trophy, and if you check our social media, you're going to get a look at this. We had a gummy bear for scale, and we think at some point we might see if we can actually have 4 little gummy bears carried around like the Stanley Cup, because that's about the correct size on it. But it is a cool little metal trophy that you can present over your head and I guess probably post on social media. If you did the worst, there is a card that is in the deck called You're a Winner. It is a participation trophy and you get that card. What we've decided is, rather than play a full game, we just took a stack of the deck, probably a third to a half of the deck. I'm going to add a couple more cards. We're going to play through that, and then the most at the end of this is going to be the winner. Is everybody ready?
I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Feel
all
free
full
to
of
play.
cricket.
Feel free to play at home. I'm going to read the letter, then I'll read you the category. Are you ready? I'm asking it again.
Yeah.
I won't get more ready.
Okay? Your letter is the letter C, as in
Cricket.
cookie. It's good enough for me. Name something you take to the beach.
Crickets.
You do not take crickets to the beach. Next.
Cabbage.
Cooler.
You do take a
there
cooler
you
to the
go.
beach. You do not take cabbage to the beach.
I could take crickets,
Maybe
the
you
snack
do.
food.
You're
Snack crickets.
Coleslaw.
You're not taking snack
Ew.
crickets. Your letter is T. Give me a dangerous job.
Tightrope walker.
You tightrope walker.
Sure.
You barely got there, but you certainly did.
You're welcome.
Our next letter is the letter T again. Name something you love.
Tater tots.
You know who doesn't love tater tots, Marty? That's your point. Next, the letter V as in Victor. Name a reptile.
Velociraptor.
I'm going to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, kind of, almost.
B as in boy. Name a facial expression.
Bliss.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Emotional
If I take
state, but I
Velociraptor,
can-
I'll take Bliss.
Yeah.
S as in Sam. Give me a restaurant.
Subway.
Yeah, no, if you're
No,
going to eat
it's not.
fresh, that's
No.
exactly where you should do it. It is in the thinnest definition of what a restaurant is.
Yeah.
Marty snuck in. A D as in, well, it's a letter D. Give me something scary.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are scary.
Velociraptor.
Velociraptors.
It's an M as in Mary. Tell me a word with a double letter.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mississippi did almost not
Several
work and
of
then
them.
suddenly worked. An A-lettered word. Give me a song lyric.
A song lyric.
Song lyric starts with the letter
Ah.
I'm not going to accept. I'm not going to accept.
And my heart will go on.
All my love.
And my heart will go on, Brian. Good call. Next letter's the letter V again. V is in Victor. Give me something slimy.
Velociraptor.
Are they slimy?
You don't
Very
know.
slimy
Vittles.
velociraptor.
You can't prove it.
Vittles?
Yeah.
I mean,
Little slimy. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't
Probably
love
closer than Velociraptor.
Yeah, it is definitely closer than Velociraptor.
Okay.
Next, we have the letter S as in Sam again. Give me a TV show.
Seinfeld.
Yes.
yeah, that was definitely a TV
That was
show.
definitely a TV show. Next, with the letter N as in Nancy. Give me a breakfast food.
Oh.
Novalox.
Novalox is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Next, we have O as in the letter O. Give me a body part.
Organ.
Organ is correct.
That's a
You're
category.
wrong, Rocky. N as in Nancy. Give me a musical instrument.
Musical instrument with an N.
Huh.
This is exciting radio.
3,
Yeah.
2,
I think we might have to.
1. Okay, give me a place in Europe.
Netherlands.
Norway.
Oh, you got to figure
Yeah,
that
that was-
tie out, Mr. Narrator.
I'm going to give that one to Rocky because
give
I
it
know
to
she
your
has less
wife.
points. Yep.
To your wife.
To my wife that has less points.
Hey.
D, you know what a D is. Give me something tall.
Denver?
Did you say Denver?
Denver?
I'll take it over what
I
Rocky
see.
was going to answer. Denver it is. Next, we have an O. Give me an O-lettered unit of measurement.
Ohm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is absolutely correct. A D again. Give me a word with 7 or more letters that starts with the letter D.
Diametric?
Yeah, that works for me. That's on point. I had to count on my fingers. K, just a single one. Give me something cold.
Klondike.
Yes. No matter how you go to Klondike, that's going to be cold. The letter C, as in cookie, good enough for me. Give me a weapon.
Club.
That would, in
Yeah.
fact, be de Club. P. P as in Paul. P as in Peter. P. Give me a P-lettered brand.
Planters.
Pringles.
I heard Planters first. That is correct. C. Once again, C as in cookie. Give me a fast food.
Checkers.
Yes, correct. Next.
I'm on the foods. I
Yeah.
got this.
T as in Tom. Give me something large.
Titan.
A Titan would
Yeah,
be
that'd do
awfully big, correct, Brian? Next, we have a P once again. You know your P-lettered words. Give me a silly word that starts with P.
Pomeranian.
Rocky said poop.
Yeah, I
I'm giving
think-
her
I
poop.
think yeah.
That's a pretty silly word. D, you know your D's. Let's do it again. Give me a place in Africa.
Djibouti.
Djibouti is
Yeah.
correct.
Extra
Beat me
points.
to it.
Next, we have the letter E. Give me something beautiful. Give me something beautiful with the letter E.
Elephants are beautiful.
Anything that you say starts with the letter E, I have to say you're correct. We have the letter R. Give me a one-syllable word that starts with R.
Red.
Roy.
Wow.
Like everyone.
Everyone got that, so no one gets it. We're gonna stick with R. Give me a cleaning product.
Resolve.
That is
Oh,
correct.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to pick another one. M as in Mary. Give me an occupation.
Manager.
Manager is correct. R. Give me a bucket list item.
Retire.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. Thank goodness. Next, a U. Give me something in a desk. Especially if you say it quietly like that.
I'm not going to ask follow-up questions.
Nope.
Do not. There's no time for follow-up questions. The letter is L. Give me a female singer.
Lady Gaga.
Lord.
Lady Gaga is going to take the point. An F. As in, it's the letter F. You know what that stands for. Give me an arts and crafts item.
Foam.
Foam is, in fact, an arts and crafts item. F, once again, give me a book. Letter F, book.
Why am I blinking on letter F?
Wow.
We are literate.
Give me a letter F, something slow.
Us.
Starts with a U. Letter F, something slow.
Us.
Fords.
Boo.
Give me a letter F, tradition.
I got nothing.
Give me a letter F, hero.
Festivus. I'm too slow. Hero.
Falcon.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
The letter R, again. Give me a letter R, toy.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots is good. This is your last card, letter P. Let me find another card so that we can do this. This is your final card of the game. Give me a letter P, something sweet.
Pop-Tarts.
Peppermint.
What did you say?
Pop-Tarts.
No, Pop-Tarts works. And there we go. That is the end of the game. Count up your scores. Once again, normally you would play the game with 70 cards, which is, I would say, I think we probably just played. We'll find out in a minute. You'll be able to count and tell how many cards we played with. But we played with, probably about a half to, maybe a little over half the deck. What'd you get, Rocky?
10.
10.
12.
12.
A participation trophy.
Less than 10?
Yes.
Okay, Brian?
7.
A participation trophy.
Okay, so Marty wins with 12. And there you go.
I got a unicorn with a rainbow victory trophy, though.
Yeah, take a look and see
It
what the
is
cool
adorable.
trophies are.
It is a proud unicorn.
I got Grandma of the Year.
A
Nice.
rainbow.
Nice.
The silver unicorn.
Worldwide snake charming champion.
Nice.
I got a typo.
World's
you apparently got a
smallest
typo.
knees.
Oh, see, I forgot something here, though. The silver unicorn is a special among trophies. It is said to possess special healing powers, as well as the power to count as double points if its owner can persuade the judge to make it so. Hint, hint, hint.
There you go. You have 8 points. Done.
No, it said double my points. That's what I said.
Oh, no. You have 8 points. I
No.
doubled that points.
So
to
my
that one.
my persuasion was not strong enough to win.
No.
I'm also Miss Liechtenstein.
The Miss Liechtenstein?
Yes. Most of the country's 114 eligible women enter the pageant each year. For reasons unknown, relatives of the royal family have won nearly every time. Something is rotten in the state of Liechtenstein.
I, for some reason, have the tastiest dip 1970 or 1874.
I have the Trophies Champion trophy,
Nice.
which is the very first trophy for this game in 1985.
Nice.
There's More Fish in the Sea award given to the world's most dumped man.
Aw.
This trophy caused Chad to ponder whether he should reflect and change something about himself, or if he just needed to, quote, get even more swole, unquote. He chose the latter.
He's so swole. So there you go. That is trophies from the fine folks at Facade Games. If you played the full game with all the cards, it wouldn't take a whole lot longer than what we just did here. Yeah. So there you go. Another cool game to check out. And yeah, check us out on all of our social media at Party Gamecast in most places. If you want to support the show, you can at patreon.com/partygamecast. We would certainly love to see you there. I've been your moderator,
email
Bruce.
us.
Say it again.
They can email us.
Yeah, you can email us at thepartygamecast@gmail.com, which nobody really does. You can also remember, next episode, we are going to take calls. So if you've been thinking, hey, Bruce, you never took my call, we're going to take your call next episode. If you're thinking, hey, Bruce, I'd like you to take my call, we're going to take your call next episode.
We're
At-
totally going to do that next episode.
We're totally going to do that at 30 Party
totally
Game.
going to do that.
30 PARTYGAME. Remember, you can leave off that last E for savings.
And you get one party game.
You get a single party game to stand on, face the world. Yes?
I was going to say, but that's all you need.
That is
Yeah.
Hopefully that would be all you need. It's
only
all we
one
need.
Party game anyway.
Just one.
Yeah.
Your other game is your serious game. You only need one party game.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One's for party, one's for business.
Exactly.
It's the mullet of games.
Yeah. And I don't know what show needs your business game, but it's not this one.
No, we don't need your business game.
No.
We know.
No.
No, we're good.
Let it go.
Let's keep going. It's not dead yet.
We must Just beat it.
No, it is fine.
Okay.
I've been your moderator, Bruce. Joining me on the show.
Underwear.
Trophies.
What are we doing?
Why was everyone whispering?
I have no idea.
Okay. I was going to say something witty, but never mind.
Yeah, but they were all whispering and made no sense. Yeah, I get it. I'm
totally
with you.
All right, we're just going to go out on awkward, I guess.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
think that's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay. I was going to make a call back to the riff. It's fine.
Well, do it now.
No.
No, come on. Do it now.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You can do it now if you want to.
These bloody shoes.
And thank you so much for listening.